Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Lance. We know and have discussed the importance of expository preaching. How important is it that we encourage our hearers to become expository listeners? And what advice do you have for us becoming so?
Brother, that is such a great question. I think there's a huge dearth of books, materials, teaching, conversation about what you and I could say is the need for expository listening as over against expository preaching. In fact, I was so concerned about this when I first started preaching, maybe about 10 years in. I wrote an article actually on the Christians, the congregation member, the listener's responsibility to an expository message. I talked about even practical things like make sure you get to bed at a sufficient hour on Saturday night. If you worship on Sunday, the Lord's Day, when you are listening to the message, you are to do what you can to seek prayerfully to understand what the preacher is talking about. Just to use those two examples, get a good night's sleep and pray for, with, and about what you're hearing. Pray for the preacher as he's preaching. Pray for his clarity. If something's not clear to you, ask the Holy Spirit in the moment to make it clear to you. Mm-hmm. In other words, there is that symbiotic relationship between preacher and hearer, and the expository listener has the responsibility as much as the preacher. I mean, we sometimes, and you might agree with this, we sometimes think we're so passive in the event that it's only one way. It's just that person needing to speak to me, to preach to me. I'm the passive listener. He's the active speaker. No, I think it's both. It's both and not either or. It's my activity proactively to listen, to have a ready mind, to ask God to use the preacher to make me a better Christian. Yeah. And this is not something we emphasize. That's the expository listening command, as it were. I must be attentive. I must be focused. I can't be thinking about what I'm going to eat later for lunch. I can't be thinking about what I'm going to do tomorrow, about work issues, about children's matters. Now, if those things come up in a message and you're thinking about them because the pastor's challenging you, you're still active in your expository listening. So I think it's absolutely a vital subject, and not much, frankly, has been written about it. And I'm hoping that others have and will write about these things, because it's so incredibly crucial.
Yeah, so true. Thank you, Lance. It's really helpful.